Hi YouTube, today I'm going to make a tutorial as to how to place level crossings on Train Simulator 2016, and to start I am going to show you how to place the ungated morar level crossing. So I need tutorial, this one, edit. The ungated morar level crossing is an item which you receive with the West Highland extension route add-on, which is still available, but not on. You can actually get that route though from the Just Trains website. If you search up West Highland extension route on Just Trains, it's like $19.99, I think, if I remember correctly, for those in the United Kingdom. I don't know the prices anywhere else, sorry. Pardon me. Well, anyway, here we go. First of all, I want to have all of these same settings again enabled. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so anyway, now that I've got all of them organised and everything, let's start by placing a track. I'm just gonna use the one that I always use, which is B&E Concrete Clean. I've got to disable the full network. Let's try that again. Right, hang on, I've got to take this snap. That's so. Okay, so we've got a straight piece of track, which is actually fairly long, so then what we want to do is obviously we're going to want to... Well, actually, hang on, I've got an idea. Let's place 2 tracks. Not next, not going the whole length, but perfect. Then all we've got to do is just click again, zoom out enough so I can see where I'm going to be placing the track to. That looks roughly right. So then what I want to do is go a fair distance along oh wait, let's go to the other side and do the same again. Perfect. Right then. How about we do... Well, let's do it here. So then what we're going to need is a road. So you don't need to click any of the symbols up here. Instead, next to this button here, you'll find a picture of a road. Now, we want to find a road with traffic on it. No, let's not use that type road actually. Concrete, let's try this road. Okay, I guess we could work with this road. Now then, that actually looks pretty level already to me actually. Yeah, I'd say that's perfectly fine. Actually, let's just add a little bit more onto this side. There we go. Now then, what you want, now that we've got that, actually how about as well we just add some houses to make it more like as if there's a train going through a town instead. So to place houses, you want to go to the little house icon here, which is similar to that button but just with the red roof instead. Don't need too many houses. I'm just going to use the same house over and over again just to make it look like there's like a small village or something. That's all. It doesn't matter that those other houses are the wrong way around. Right, so now tiny little village where there's no houses on the other side, as if you're going out of that village, it's just like a passing through village. What we'll need to do is first right, I think that is alright as it is. Then you want to go to this little symbol here, the one with the signal. Click that, press L. Now it's going to obviously take you to signals first. Now what I'm looking for, wait, I've passed it, hang on. Here we go. And at the bottom, ungated mortar. Level crossing ungated. That's the one that I'm going to show you how to place. No, I don't want a signal. So we'll keep that there. For before I place it, I like to make it look like you're actually at a level crossing and like what it looks like in real life. So this is what I'm going to do. I need. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. That one. I know this isn't the type of fence that's used at level crossings in real life, but I can't seem to find that type of fence. Hang on. Not finished. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then nearly. Just a little bit more. And I'd say that that's around. That's perfect. Now then, now that I've got one that's already perfect, I can remove those other three to save me time. I don't know why I even bothered placing them when I could have just placed the one and did what I'm about to do. Then all I need to do now is click this one, click that, then that, and I've copied it. Then rotate myself around like this. Place that there. Now that looks more like you're at a level crossing. So the next thing that you'd want to do is go back to the signal and select the level crossing that you're going to place. So I will be selecting this one. Now this is what it looks like, right? Now you'd think, right, if I rotate myself around, looking at that, you'd think there's only one light and one signal. Well, actually, it isn't. The lights, the level crossing lights, the flashing lights, that actually has got 4 lights, all placed as one. So it looks like there's only one, but you've got another 3 after that as well, in the exact same place, and you've got one other signal as well, alongside, but exactly in the same position as the one that you can see right now. So obviously what you're going to need to do, because this has one of those big markers for sound markers, you're going to have to go into the middle of the sound marker so you can see the track, and right in the middle, so that's bang on the middle there. Now you'll notice that there's this little pointer. You want to just keep your mouse in exactly the same place and left click again. But as you can see, it's still asking me to place a pointer. Then what you do is right click once. This then switches it to mode, switches the mode. So now you can see I can hover over the track. I can't place a marker on the track now. I can only place it on the road. So I want the traffic to stop here, and on the same side here. But you can still see it's still asking me for more, but I've got the amount that I need. So just right click again and that's it done. Now what I like to do is, so I can see what I'm doing, is I lift this up like that, so it allows me to see this part here, and I can easily click and see both of the markers. Now as you can see all 3 markers, the one in the middle and the 2 on the road. Now this, if you were just to leave it like this and right click, your traffic wouldn't stop on this side if a train was coming, because the pointer isn't facing in the direction of travel, unlike this one. So if there was a train coming and a car approached the lights and the lights were to start flashing, the cars on this side would stop because the pointer is pointing in the right direction, but cars coming up this way wouldn't stop because this pointer isn't facing that way. So what you want to do, if I can just zoom out, is whilst holding down the shift button, left click and that switches the pointer to face the track. So now, as you can see, that'll work perfectly when a train passes through. So right click, now you've placed the crossing. But how will the traffic know to stop if the lights in that aren't in the right places? So what you want to do is, you want to, obviously as well, you're going to want to rotate it so that the lights in that are facing onto the road, making it easier to see what you're doing. Now, watch what happens. As I was explaining earlier, there isn't only one light, flashing lights and signal. If I click, see? Now I've got two signals, because I've gone and dragged it out. Same with the lights. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You've got 4 lights, sets of light, and 2 signals. So the next step is just easy. All you've got to do is place. Now, because I've got the fences, what I'm going to do is, because this has got pavements as well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just place the 4 signals at the sides of the fence, on the insides of the fence, like this. Lift them up a bit and rotate that one. Then turn back round to this side, and then just drag the other 2 to the other sides. Rotate. Raise that up a bit. Actually, that looks perfectly even, actually. This one isn't. There we go. Now that looks more even. So there you go, you've placed your lights. Now, I don't really like using these type signals because they don't match what an ungated level crossing looks like in real life. But if you want to use these signals, because these ones are interactive, they flash. They flash when the train's approaching the crossing. I tend to actually like using. Let me remember where it is. If I can remember. No, it's not in that. So I'm gonna try the miscellaneous section. Right, so it's not there either. No. Where is that? Hang on a minute. I might need to... Right, it's not there either. Let me think. Wait, there's something missing, J. Where is it? Is it actually in the signal part itself? No. Right, where is what I'm... Ah, here we go. It's near here. No. Nope. Sorry guys, it's taking me forever to find what I'm looking for. There it is! Finally! Found it. If you really don't want to use... Now, the only problem with this, that these lights don't flash or anything. They don't light up or anything, they just stay white, so... But if you want to make your crossing look more like a real life crossing, then it is better to use these ones, even though... Right, I need to rotate that round, disable that, click that, and enlarge. See, look, that looks more like a level crossing in real life, as that's the type of signals you see at the sides of the crossings. But if you really, really want a level crossing light that's interactive, signal that's interactive, you can use these. I'm not going to use them though, even though that this is a tutorial. I'm just going to send them underground. Just now. Then, if you really, really, really want to make this look like it's a real crossing, you can put speed limits at the crossing and that for the trains. So say like here. So say that you want the train to have a 20 mile per hour limit, a limit of 20 miles per hour, right? You can there you go, see, so now oncoming trains will know that they can only go 20 miles per hour at that crossing. Oops. And so there's one side complete. Now for the other side, same again, you can put there you go. So now you've got signs on the track alerting the train to when it's approaching the crossing and that it needs to go 20 miles per hour. But the fun doesn't end there yet, because you can do the same for the traffic. So say like, say like this far back, yeah, like here. Yeah, here's far enough. No, was it? No, it was in the miscellaneous. Please don't tell me I'm gonna have the same issue again. And not quite what I'm looking for. No, that's not what I'm looking for, so it isn't there. And I'm just not looking hard enough. Now I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. Sorry guys, it's taking forever for me to find what I'm looking for. can't believe it. I was there all along and I completely forgot again. Okay, now this is where it gets even better, especially if you're placing an ungated crossing like that. First of all, we're going to need anyway, so I need to disable that first so I can increase the size. There we go. Now, since this crossing is ungated, you're not going to want to place the level crossing sign that has the picture of the track, because that's meaning that you're approaching a crossing with a gate or a barrier. Instead, you want to select this one, JT LC UK sign without gate. So if I then stick one there and stick one there, in fact I will increase the size a bit of them. So it'll make them more noticeable. Then rotate, bring in front of the pole, see how cool is that? Then to finish it off, 1, 2, rotate, lift it up, how cool is that? Instead of having the one that's already pre-made with the symbol of the track in it, you get one with you can customize your signs to alert traffic they're approaching an ungated crossing. See how cool is that? Perfect. But then I've put them too far away, so the key is to do one more closer to the crossing. But this time, to save yourself the trouble of readjusting the sizes and all that, just copy and paste, and there you go. Done already. So now you've got a perfect one side complete. So there, see? Now you've got plenty of advance notice to traffic that they're approaching an ungated level crossing. So the traffic would just, they'd see the signs. As they got closer, they'd see the crossing, no lights flashing, or if there were lights flashing, they'd stop here. Or was it here? It was there. So the traffic would then stop here, and the train would come whatever way it was coming. Once the lights went out, continue on their way. And if you want to warn of the crossing when it's outside of a village from a far distance, say like just near at the end of our road that we've built, then what you could do is this. On approach to the crossing from a far distance, you can do this instead. So, like this. See? It would make more sense though to use the level crossing sign on all of the posts. You don't have to. If you think it's going to take up too much time, you don't have to. But it would be handy. If I've just lined them up with all of the posts, I'll be surprised. It'll tell me I've just not moved part of the road. Phew. And I need to bring that a bit forward. Not directly attached to the sign, but it looks like it is, so lift that up. One. Oops. It's harder to move when it's in the air. Now, how far is that from the pole? Perfect. And there we go. So that's it. You've got an ungated level crossing and signs for the traffic and the train drivers to acknowledge that they are approaching a crossing. So let's now switch and place a train. Yes. Yes. Now there is a chance that the level crossing alarms won't work on the first time I play this map. Sometimes the alarm won't sound. But if it does, I won't speak because you'll not be able to hear me because the alarm will drone my voice out, so you won't be able to hear me. Right then. As you can see, the level crossing is all the way in the distance over there. So for now, I'm just going to place a I'm just going to put a 3 car. You need to place the driver icon, and that's it. So click play. Save changes to the current scenario. Yes, of course, you want to save. Now, I haven't placed any signals because obviously this is the only train. If there was more than one train, I would obviously put signals. Now, hopefully, if we go over here, the road that I have selected will spawn cars. Which it does. And do they come all the way up to the crossing? Yes, they do. Well, let's just hope that I can go as far as this. So as you can see, lights are off, no train approaching. So, let's just fire up the engine, shall we? Okay, so we've got more cars coming. I'm going over the speed limit, so let's just place that to slow the train down. Okay, so the crossing hasn't activated as we're not close enough to the marker saying that there's to activate it. Here we go. perfectly working ungated level crossing. There you have it. That's a perfectly good working ungated level crossing. Now, I've obviously gone to switch the light because I'm going to send the train back through the other way once it gets far enough. But this time, let's hope I can actually get some traffic stopped. Now let's watch from the other side this time. Right, hang on, once I see cars approaching, I'll get the train moving again. Even if the yellow light comes on before those cars reach the crossing, they'll stop. They'll have no choice to stop. Yes. There we go. Perfect. Perfectly good working level crossing. So there you go, YouTube. Thank you very much for enjoying this video, for looking at this video, and I'll make tutorials on how to place all the other level crossings as well. And please hit the like button below, leave a comment, or press the subscribe button as well. It'll be really appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video.